come and sit here next to you. Still got some breakfast to eat, so that's okay. You can have a little munch on that. And we've got your little sign there, do not bite my hand. So we'll leave that there, ready in case we need to look at it, point it out. Now then, today I thought we could have a look at a magazine article, and I've printed it out. It's quite a few pages long, but I have made some notes from it. So we'll just have a little look at the heading. Okay. So, this article is about... You decided you want to eat now. Right, stop a minute. This article is about, while you're chewing that, what's the article about? Go on. The article is about A, S, H, E, and yeah, a sheep, and the sheep's name was D, O, after the O, L, and keep it going on here, and then we'll get your food. D, O, L, L, and finish the word. Always finish. Why, yeah, very good. So it's a magazine article, and it's about a sheep called Dolly. The actual heading says Dollymania, when Dolly the sheep created a 90s media sensation. Let's take a look at a couple of those words. Media. Practice. The word is N, E, D, and push, I, and all the way to the A. The word is media. That's what we're talking about. Oh. So when someone talks about the media, what's your understanding? Media would be things like what? A, N, E, W, N, E, W, S, P, A, come on, P, E, and R. Very nice. So, a newspaper, that would be a type of media. Anything else? T. Right, touch the T again. T and E and L, E, yeah, you're right. L, E, telly. Keep it moving. V. I'll give you some feedback by pushing back on the board. I. Go on. After the I. S. I. And go on. Always finish your word. O, and television is a type of media. think of. I N T E R N E, and I'll take it T, internet, yeah. Internet. So on the internet there are all sorts of types of social media. Things like, underline those, things like Facebook, things like Twitter, Instagram, and there's probably loads more that I'm not even up to date with. Of course, these are things which actually weren't about so much, or in fact I can't even remember when Facebook came in, but at the time when there was all this attention about Dolly the sheep, that was in the 90s, it was probably really before the time of the internet social media. So the main places where you would be reading about it would be either a newspaper or hearing about it on the television. So really, when we're talking about media, we're talking about a kind of a means of mass communication. A means of mass communication. Which out of the ones that we've looked at do you think are the most important nowadays as a means of mass communication? F A C E B O O and Facebook. I is B E. This is good. Keep it going. Don't stop. B E. Keep that on moving. Go on. Lift your elbow. Lift it. B E C O M B E C O M I N G. Facebook is becoming S O, so I N F. Come on, after the F. I know there's a bit of avocado on your finger. You can wipe it off in a minute. F, after the F. Go on, finish the word. I-N-F. L U E N T. Go on. I A L T O D. Go on. A and Y. Okay, let me write that one down. All right. Facebook is becoming so influential today. Do you think that's a good thing or not? I T I. It is A P P R O B prob L E and M. It is a problem. So you've said Facebook is becoming so influential today. It is a problem. Oh, that's just an impulse to stand. Well done, you just took yourself straight back down again. There, you can finish this off and then we'll finish off what you were saying. It is a problem. Why is it a problem? Facebook is becoming so influential today. It is a problem. B-E-C, very nice. A, go on, don't waste your energy touching your face. U-S-E, because Y-O, to the O, Y-O, is that V? Y-O-V wouldn't make sense, I don't think. Y-O, because Y-O-U, O-N, O-N, where? L would make sense, yeah. O-N-L. Keep it going, come on. Okay, touch the L again. L, get going again, come on. O-N-L, where? Go on then. I think you wanted that. Why? Because you only G-E, go on. G-E-T, get. You only get T-O-S-E, E, because you only get to see this is an interesting discussion because you only get to see, come on, finish it off, P O S T S, posts, W H I C H, which F A, you're doing so well, F A C E, go on, B O O, okay, which Facebook, come on, yeah, go on, cool, T H I N, this is really good, K, which Facebook, thinks, yeah, you're right, what? You only get to see posts, just take a little break, posts, which, oh yeah, Facebook, thinks, go on then, Y, O, U, W, I, L, L, you will, L, I, K, and E. Ah, yeah, thinks you will like, yeah, because Facebook, of course, it's all about advertising and stuff, so it has all these algorithms that put on your particular profile all the things that it thinks you'll spend time looking at and things you'll like, and often that just reinforces all your views instead of giving you a balanced view and looking at the other side of the coin. That's a really good point, Chris. Thank you for raising that. So where are we? Dollymania, when Dolly the sheep created a 90s media sensation. Give me another word for sensation. Sensation. Another word for sensation. F E E L I N G. Yeah, another word for sensation. would be meaning, a feeling rather. So, but of course in this context, the sensation is excitement, isn't it? It caused immediate excitement. Everyone is, oh my God, this is amazing. It's like saying something is sensational. It's surprising, it's exciting, etc. Okay, so I wonder why this was so sensational. Now we have done this quite some time ago when we did biology. We looked at Dolly the sheep. And I wonder if you can remember what was so exciting about Dolly the sheep. Doesn't matter if you can't remember, because we can go through it again. Look at you. Can you remember? What was exciting about Dolly the sheep? S. Oh, that's H. She. W. A. She was. Come on then. Oh, that's nearly better now. All gone. It's just a little mark, a little scar left. It will fade over time. She was what? A. Try and just point that finger because that will help me to see where you're going. C. L. O. N. E. She was a clone. Yes. And a clone, how would you describe a clone? Well, a word that comes to mind when you think of the word clone, a word that comes to mind would be what? S A M E. Same as. Do you know what same as is fine? Yeah, another word for clone, or another word for clone, same as or identical. So Dolly the sheep, she was cloned from, what was special about this was from a single cell. And she was the world's first mammal to be successfully cloned from a single adult cell. Could you give me an example of any other mammals? H. U. M. You're right, of course. A, yes, we are, aren't we? N, S, yeah. An example of another mammal would be human. Oh, that was good. Look at that. The hand nearly went up and you stopped it yourself. Well done. Very good. Human, things like, cows, etc. Some of the characteristics of mammals, we know they're vertebrates. Vertebrates means what? Have a B. BY? Have a. Vertebrates have a. Start again. B. A. That's right. C. Just keep that elbow moving, lift it up a bit. A back. B. O. N. And back. B. O. N. Always finish the word. Touch the E. Yeah. Vertebrates have a backbone There are some other characteristics of vertebrates. Let's just see. Let's have a try and see if we can write. So, would you say that vertebrates are warm-blooded or cold-blooded? We're going to try handwriting the answer. We can either do a W or a C. Let's just see if you can do it. You can try a W or a C. So you do it yourself. That looked like a very good attempt at a W. I'm going to help you again because you started off with a straight line down. So I'm going to just model it for you. Down, up, that's how you do the W. So you try it. I'll just do it one more time. Down, up, up. Now you try it. Oh, hang on. Straight, down, up, down, up. Go on. Now your hand seems to be swiping across, so force it to go down, down, up, Good, there's a W. Very nice. So they're warm-blooded. Handwrite, W. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, come on, we need to finish this off. Read the sign. Read the sign. Touch it. Just as a quick recap, some of the other attributes of vertebrates are they have hair, like us, they have fur, the young are born alive, they have a complex brain, and of course the reason that they're called mammals is that they have mammary glands. Mammary glands produce what? M, I, L, and K. Yeah, they produce milk, which is used to feed the young. It's like when you were a baby, I fed you from my breasts. It's called breastfeeding, and you see mums feeding their babies with the milk that they produce. And animals do that as well. So, anyway, here we go. Let's get back to Dolly the sheep. So Dolly the sheep was actually created in Scotland. Scientists who created her were in Scotland, in Edinburgh. Now, if we were to have a look at, I'm not very good at drawing, but if we were to, let's just say that this is a map of the UK, and there's London, there's Birmingham, there's Ireland there. Okay. Where would you say Scotland would be? Where would you say Scotland would be? We perhaps put Edinburgh on the map. Try touching with the pencil. Would Scotland be there or would it be there? There at the top. Yes, let's label it. So Scotland would be here. We can put an S on there, I think, for that little try. So we'll just do a dot for Edinburgh as well, there. Let's try and write a little S for Scotland. I'm going to do it here, so we've got a round like a snake. Round like a snake. Okay, so very carefully. Oh, it's a big snake. Yes, that is beautiful. Well done. So there's Scotland at the top. Okay, so the scientists were in Edinburgh in Scotland, and I mean, just for interest, Keith Campbell and Ian Wilmut. Okay, now then, how was Dolly created? Well, actually, there were 3 sheep involved. How many? You're going to have a try at writing it. 3. You remember how to do 3? That's lovely, well done. You did that perfectly. There's a 3. 3 sheep. So, just for the sake of it, we're going to have a go at just drawing a sheep. We'll do it just like clouds, just for something different to do. So, we'll do it like really simply, a cloud and legs. There's sheep number 1, the little tail. Oh. Right then, now we're going to do one together. There's sheep 1 and we're going to do one here. So first of all we're going to do the cloud. Yeah, so we're going to go like this, I'll help you, like this. Yeah, there's the body. We'll do a little head on the end, I'll help you. There, and legs, down, 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 and down. So there's sheep number 2, and we need 1 more underneath. We'll do another one here. There's the body, that's it, like a cloud, with a little head on, there, and the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 3 sheep, so we'll call it sheep A, B and C. Yeah, there you go. And I'll tell you about these sheep. So sheep A, the scientists took, I'll just label it, they took DNA from the mammary gland. So this is a single cell. Sheep B, they took an egg. And then they implanted the egg with the DNA from the mammary cell into sheep C. So sheep C was like a surrogate. Okay, so that's what happened. So then sheep C carried Dolly until she was born. So she was born from sheep C. But out of those 3 sheep, which one do you think Dolly would be identical to? Would it be A, B or C? A, yes, you're right, because that's where they took the DNA from. Very good. Right there. So listen. Why was this so significant? Why so significant? Because they'd already been doing some cloning. They'd already cloned salamanders, frogs and cows even. So why was it so significant that they'd been able to clone a sheep? Well, it wasn't the fact that it was a sheep. It was because all the previous attempts had been done from embryos. Okay, sit down. Let's see. Do you know what an embryo is? Where would you find an embryo? It's alright if you don't know. It is T H-E-V F. Doing so well. It is the F. You keep sitting straight and then I can hold the board in a good position for you. Otherwise I have to. Alright, I'll twist my back and move it around to help. So it is T-H-E, it is the N-E, N-E, okay, W, I think that was an accidental T. It is the N-E, the new, it is the new S-E-L-L, don't breathe, come on, good, S-E-L-L, cells, it is the new cells, oh thank you, come on, you're doing so well, it is the new cells, that's it, have a little drink, that might just help, I'll have one as well. So your embryo, which is the new cells. W H I C H, which O F O R form A T T H is at the. This is good. It is the new cells which form at the. Come on now. S T A. Oh, excuse you. S T A. That was a big burp. Come on. R T at the start. O of and L. Oh yes, you're right. It's a good definition. This I F and E. It is new cells which form at the start of, like a very good answer. Yeah. So the embryo were the very, very sort of first developmental stage in life, which happens either in the egg or in the uterus. So listen, the embryonic stem cells form right after fertilisation, and they are capable of turning into any kind of cell in the body, any kind of cell. So that's what's special about those. And then, so what happens is then the embryonic stem cells modify into specific cells which are called specialised cells. So for example, a specialised cell might be neurons or blood cells. They are specialised. So the type of cell which was used to clone Dolly, would you say that that was an embryonic cell or a specialised cell from her mammary gland? What would you say it was? It was a, think about it. It was a, use your finger. That's it. Was a S P E C I A L I. Good. Finish the word. After the I would be. Lift your elbow. I know you get a little bit tired, but we're doing fine. You can do it. S and E and it was a specialised cell. So Dolly was created from a specialised cell. And that is what made Dolly so special, because prior to this, scientists had believed that it was only possible to clone from the embryonic stem cells. Right? So Dolly showed that specialised cells could be used to create replicas. The scientists were absolutely flabbergasted. Another word for flabbergasted. Flabbergasted would be SURPRISE, and surprised, yes. Flabbergasted. Yeah, flabbergasted is kind of a stronger word really than surprised. Not just surprised, it's like shocked, amazed. Oh my God, I just can't believe it. It's almost like too much to take in. So let's have I wonder, is there anything that you can think of in your life, or anything that's happened where you have been flabbergasted? Let's just take a little break from the lesson for a moment. Anything that you can think of where you have been absolutely flabbergasted? If you can't think of anything, it's fine. W H E. Ooh. Remember? Good. Read the sign when you get the edge. So we've done WH, go from the E again. Touch the E. E and N. When a time when you have been flabbergasted is when come on. Yeah, tell me on here. When, do the A again. A T H U. Come on, after you. I do not bite my hand. When A T H U. Go on. Go on. T H U N. Well, D. Do the D? D O, I don't think would make sense. T H U N when you've done D, when you've done D H U and you do an O. Let's just go back to the. There, just tell yourself, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. There. Do you want to use the pencil? That might make it a bit faster. So, when A, did you want the T H U N? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, T H U, go from the N again. N, D, E. When a thunder, S, T. This is good. O, R, M. When a thunderstorm, W, A. Was. This is good. When a thunder storm was. Come on. I can see you reading that. That's good. When a thunderstorm was. O V. Well, after the V would be O, V. Oh look, just go for the V again. V and E and R and was over. O and go on, keep it going, keep that rhythm. U and R and H and O and U and S and E and I and C and go on then. O and U and L and D. Okay, when a thunderstorm was over our house, I could, go on, N and O and T, I could not, B and E and, come on, you're doing so well. After the E, L and I and E and V and I could not believe H, O, W, how, N, careful, O, be careful, go on, I, S, Y, how noisy, I, come on after the I, touch the I again, I, how, I could not believe how noisy, and then you did an I and got stuff. So, time when you've been flabbergasted was when a thunderstorm was over our house. I could not believe how noisy. Go from there. I, T, it, W, A, it was. I, T, S, S, after the S would be C, A, R, E, D, it's scared. Yeah, you're doing so well. It's scared. Keep it moving. So well. It's scared. Well, go on. Move your arm. Go on. It scared me. Oh, when a thunderstorm was over our house, I could not believe how noisy it was. It scared me. And you could say, I was flabbergasted. Yeah, well done. So that was just an example. So the scientists, down you go, were flabbergasted when they, very good. That's a good thing to do instead of biting. If you put your hand like that, it stops you doing it, doesn't it? Well done. That was a good strategy. So they flabbergasted. Let's have a look. I'm going to give you some of their reactions. I've got some reading to do. I've printed them out from the article. Let's just do, for a change, we'll do a little bit of reading here. Yeah. Let's take this top one. So, you move along and I'll read it. It means all science fiction is true. That was biology professor Lee Silver of Princeton University told the New York Times in 1997. It means all science fiction is true. Now we'll do this bit. The Washington Post reported that, start it from there, Dolly, go on then, depending on which commentator keep looking. I'll hold it up for you. You read, is the biggest story of the year, the decade. Oh, after touch decade, there, decade, even the century. Wilmot has seen himself compared with Galileo, with Copernicus, with Einstein, and at least once with Dr. Frankenstein. Wow. Here's another one. Let's do this last one at the bottom. The World Health Organization concluded that human cloning was ethically unacceptable and contrary to human integrity and morality. Oh, look, you stopped. That was good. And I've got one more to do. There, last quote. A Vatican newspaper editorial urged governments to bar human cloning, saying that every human has the right to be born in a human way and not in a laboratory. Oh. So, from these headlines, what was the big concern? The big concern was A, B, O, U was about H, very nice, U, M, A was about human. Yeah, it was about human what? Tell yourself I don't need to do that. Put your hand down. Pick up the sign. Pick it up. There. There. I do not bite my hand. Don't need to. You're doing so well. So the big concern was about human. Oh, I can see. Come on, try it with the pencil because you did so well with that before. It was about human. C L O N I N G. The big concern was about human cloning. Yeah, the sort of the ethics of it. Is it ethically right to create a human clone? I'm not sure about that. I wonder, do you have any views on that? Just quickly, have you got any views on the ethics of human cloning that you'd like to share? There, we'll leave that sign there so you can just look at it. Any views? We did so well with the pencil. I know you're getting a bit tired, but I think we could just see if you've got any views on this. I, T, H, I, N, K. I think your views are. I think we'll just have this last push and we'll get this thought out. I think that's good. I think, yeah, I think I, T, it, it is, I think it is, but when, I think it is, N, O, I think it is N, touch the O again, and O, and go on, bit, and then sometimes it helps with the momentum, doesn't it? N and O and T, not, R and, come on. N would make sense. Oh, it's alright. I think it is not. So you did R and then you did an N, which I think might have been an accident. Go on. We'll go from the not. I think it is not. Go from the not. R and not. I know that that's where you bit it. You left a little mark. I, G, H. I think it is not right. I think it is not right. Could be just, I think it is not right. Or you could have more to add. More or finished. No more? Okay, I think it is not right. Not right. Finish your sentence then. We want to use the pencil, fine. Not right. Oh dear. Let me have my little drink as well. You have a little drink and I'll have my little drink. Yeah, there are dramatically different views on the ethics concerned with cloning humans. I think it is not right, and you did A. Do you want to carry on? A, H, U, M, A human, B, E, I, N and G, a human being. I is U, N, very nice, after the N would be U, N, I, good. U, N, I, go on, you can do it. I know your arm's getting a bit tired, but we'll just finish this sentence. And then I've got some things to read to you, and you can just listen. U, N, I, and, go on. Q, and, oh, after the Q would be, after the, touch the Q again. Q, come on, push. There's the Q. After the Q is, don't push to your mouth. U, and a human being is unique. Okay, while you're getting tired, I'll just take that for now. So, your view about human cloning, I think it is not right. A human being is unique, and we'll say, and should not be cloned into another. Okay, that's a very good point. Now then, so I'm just going to show you this article very quickly. Look, there's the picture of Dolly on the front. It says it's by Carty, Bapat, Matthew, and guess what? This lady, I know her. She's a woman, another little girl who's learning to do RPM, and she writes things for magazines. So there's the whole article. I've just pulled out a few little more of the facts from it, really, just to make the lesson, really. So there's a couple of things that we haven't covered in there. Some little interesting facts. Why is she called Dolly? She was called Dolly after a country and western superstar, Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton happened to have big boobs, big mammary glands, so that was why she ended up being called Dolly. And she wasn't, Dolly Parton wasn't offended by it at all. She's quite a nice lady, a nice character really. Dolly actually became a celebrity. Dolly the sheep became a celebrity. She posed for magazines, including People. She became the subject of books and editorials. She even had an opera written about her. Served as a metaphor in an electoral campaign. Goodness me, there's been all sorts done about her. She became an inadvertent political player. The Scottish National Party used her image on posters to suggest that candidates of other parties were all clones of one another. Zanussi used her likeness for a poster with her name and a caption, "The Misappliance of Science." Oh dear. So widespread was the use and misuse of her name that her creators eventually had to trademark her name to stop the practice. How funny is that? Anyway, following Dolly, many larger mammals were cloned, horses and bulls. But despite her popularity and all this fear about the ethics, etc., it didn't lead to an explosion in cloning. Human cloning was deemed too dangerous and unethical, and animal cloning was minimally useful for agricultural purposes. The real legacy is considered to be the advancement in stem cell research. So the advancement of what type of research is the real legacy? Just to summarise, the advancement of what type? S, T, up for the E, M, C, E, L. And I think this is really important because look, Dolly's existence showed it was possible to change one cell's gene expression by swapping its nucleus for another. So this biologist, Shinka Yakamana, told Scientific American that Dolly's cloning motivated him to successfully develop stem cells from adult cells, and he later won a Nobel Prize for his results, which were called induced pluripotent stem cells, IPS, because they're artificially created and can have a variety of uses. IPS cells form today the basis for most stem cell research and therapies, including regenerative medicine. Today, Dolly's still a spectacle. Do you know what? She's been taxidermied and put on display in the National Museum of Scotland in Edinburgh. Would you like to go and see it, do you think? Y, E, S, yes. Okay. Now then. Because I know the lady who wrote this article, she sent me through. Send me through some jokes. Some jokes. Would you like to hear the jokes? Go down. Don't need you'd like to. These are the jokes. Can you complete these Dolly-themed puns? What did Dolly say to Polly and Molly, the two sheep cloned after her at the Roslin Institute? And I'll tell you the answer. She said, "You too." Here's another.